Yes. So good afternoon. This is Dr. Ziqing Wayne from Eastern Wellness Acupuncture, your specialist in women's health and neurofunction health. So today I'm very happy to invite one of my longtime patient, Kim, to share her experience with us and how she get the treatment and what kind of improvement she experienced. And she is very kind to share her experience here. So Kim, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
Hi, my name is Kim. I have been going to Dr. Wong now for a little over a year. I initially reached out to her to get help with migraines that I'd been suffering with for well over 20 years. And a friend of mine, actually, a very dear friend of mine, brought me to Dr. Wong, and that's how I got here. Sorry.
Good. Exactly, because it was a call that I got from your friend, and then we had this relationship for over a year and continue, right? And I
Yes,
enjoyed it. I enjoy every bit of it.
me too. I do too. It's
Mhm.
wonderful. It's comfortable. It's safe, which makes it, really easy to talk to you about anything that's coming up, any issues concerning health, and even beyond that. You're wonderful to speak with
Oh,
and
thank
work.
you.
Thank
So,
you.
Kim, would you like to share your experience and how during the about the treatment and during the treatment, and the overall experience with me and Eastern Wellness Acupuncture?
Sure. Like I said, I started acupuncture to get help with migraines, and um, you know, uh, I'm just used to Western medicine. So the way that I've always dealt with it is, you have a migraine, you go to the doctor, they give you a pill to either prevent it or, something to take care of it. And then, you're dealing with, the repercussions in your body of that pill. And so after 20 years of dealing with migraines and dealing with that cycle of trying preventative medicines and then wreaking havoc on my body, I realized I needed to start looking into alternatives. And acupuncture uh, has always fascinated me. For me, it got down to just finding the right person and clicking with the right person. And thankfully, I had assistance with that through my friend and meeting Dr. Wong. And what like I said, what I know about Western medicine is it's to treat the issue and then move on and develop other issues from that.
Mhm.
But with Eastern medicine and what Dr. Wong has taught me is that it's a whole body solution with acupuncture. So, while I was focused on my migraines, there were other issues in my body that were contributing to that. Could be diet, sleep issues, a number of things. And what I found with acupuncture is that it addresses all of everything, really. It addresses the body as a system as opposed to a specific issue. And really, that feels more like treatment. That feels like more of an overall treatment to me. And that's really, to me, that's more of a healing mechanism than just a pill or something like that. And then the tea that you prescribe that is such it really complements the acupuncture incredibly. It's really a wonderful, like I said, complement to the acupuncture when needed. One of my favorite things about you, Dr. Wong, is how you the time you spend is so personable, and it's such a rarity, and it's so important when it comes to healthcare. And it's just something that we don't get, in our healthcare system. And that's the first thing you provide. You're attentive, you're concerned, you reach out, you ask questions, you want to know what's going on because you understand how that contributes to overall health. And it's so important. It really, sometimes just talking through some of those things is really what a lot of people need, just somebody to talk to like yourself. And there's no judgment. I can talk to you about anything. Your soul, it's obvious your sole purpose is to treat and help. It's not to judge and say, why are you doing that? It is to, provide a balance for what we do to our own selves as humans. We do a lot of things to our own bodies anyway.
Mhm.
And so the other thing that I'm very grateful to you for is the knowledge that you share. You you are so willing to explain exactly what you're doing, and you tell me which channel you're working on, and you describe the importance of that and the areas of my body that it should impact. I've had amazing success with circulation in my body, which has been which has been another issue for me through acupuncture. And then as far as like the needles, the sensation of the needles, it's actually quite relaxing. I didn't know how I would respond to it, but it's a very it's relaxing. If you calm down and you can really, it's a beautiful feeling. It's different.
Mhm.
I have a hard time obviously putting words to it, but it's not for me. It wasn't painful. It wasn't irritating. Uh, it just felt like you were putting them in all the right places.
That's awesome. I know that we've been talking about it whenever you come in, how you experience everything, and you never hesitate to share your experience, and I'm really grateful and very honored to be part of your healthcare team, because I think this is what I like in healthcare and how I like to practice medicine. So Kim, would you mind share a little bit about also about your improvement? And I know a lot of time when I talk to patient that, I always kind of prepare them to say the improvement can happen over time. It can happen all of a sudden. But how about you? And what do you think about it?
the uh, the improvements have been amazing for me. So for me, my migraines, I suffered anywhere from 8 to 10 a month, and they were clustered together, and they were very intense. They're probably about maybe 4 or 5 times a year. I would have to go into emergency room to get help with those migraines. There's some I just couldn't get rid of. So through acupuncture, what has happened, like my migraines have not completely gone away, but they have decreased in quantity. So again, I used to get 8 to 12 at once in a cluster, and now I'm experiencing, I'll maybe get 4 a month. They're not clustered, and the intensity is nothing like it was. So to me, that is huge success because like I said, 20 years of migraines, I understand that each migraine, no matter how many you have, it's its own individual migraine caused by its own, series of events, whatever it is. So it's very difficult to pinpoint what's causing migraines. So the fact that those have come down as much as they have um, in the year that I've been with you is just phenomenal to me. My dog's getting ready to bark. Sorry.
Say hi to him or her
Yeah.
for me. So would you say that what kind of uh, impact on the treatment in regard of not just the health, but overall for you? So by coming in here, is there any change in your life, in your point of view, or whatever? Would you like to share
There,
about that?
for me, there is tremendous change. Before when I would go to the doctors, I had a lot of anxiety. It was such a difficult conversation to have with them, trying to explain everything all over again. And I always left feeling, just not heard or dissatisfied. And so, having to go to the doctor used to be such a stressful situation for me. And that is no longer an issue. I can't even, honestly, I cannot remember the last time I've had to go in for a doctor's appointment. Um, so in that sense, it's been wonderful, that the stress of that, because when you deal with migraines consistently, you're dealing with doctors consistently. And
Mhm.
when you're dealing with that negativity consistently, it really
Mhm.
does weigh on you. You start to question what you're doing and your issues and the problems and all that. And so to have that eliminated from my life has been huge.
Mhm.
You know, it really, it's helped with a number of things. It's helped with depression. It's helped with giving me confidence and understanding that I now have some sort of say and some sort of control over my health, and that's huge to me.
Mhm.
So the impact has been wonderful. I mean, you know, when you deal with something chronic like that, it impacts your entire family, and it's even been a lot easier on my family too because they are not also suffering from me having those health issues. So there's been a lot of positivity across the board.
Wow.
Is that?
I am so happy to hear that. I know that I whenever you come in, you always share that with me, but to have that word out, that really sent chills down my spine. It's
Yeah, it,
it's
it is.
it is, and that's a, and I also like to share with you is that that's one of the reason why I do what I do, because I like to see patient coming out, leaving my office feeling better than when they come in, and that really is very meaningful for me.
You do
So,
that. You
right.
you do that for people because you develop a connection, and
Mhm.
and just leaving a doctor's office, if you want to say that, is feeling heard is huge and it's rare. So you just that alone is very rewarding, and
Mhm.
just it's so worth it.
Thank you. And
Thank
how
you.
about what would you say to someone that is still wondering whether or not this is working? What would you say to them?
Oh, that's already in acupuncture.
Like
That's already.
regarding like, cause sometimes I have patient uh, ask me that okay, what should I expect, and then they will still hesitate to get treatment and get help right away. What would you say to them?
Well, what I would say first, so two things to anybody that's skeptical about acupuncture, you just try it. Just you have to try it. And the thing is when you have a doctor like Dr. Wong, it just it bridges that gap, and she really will get you through any anxiety or fear. I mean, like I said, you're so easy to talk to, Dr. Wong, that it's just if there's any uncertainty, you'll discuss it out. And so if you've never tried it and you're skeptical, just try it. Just give it one shot and just attempt it. Give your body that opportunity to see what that experience is. If you're in it and you're not quite, you don't think you're really feeling anything from it. For me, what I would say about that is that, like I said, I went in for migraines, but the impact that it had in my overall health is what was really amazing to me. So if you're in there for any one specific thing, I would ask you to stop. If you think it's not helping that, I would ask you to just not stop acupuncture, but stop your mindset and say, okay, where else am I feeling healing in my body from this practice? And you will find it somewhere. You will find that, like I said, you may have better circulation. You may be sleeping better. And what happens is when you start getting all those components coming together in your body, the one thing that you're focused on that you think needs to get fixed so desperately eventually starts working and getting better. And before you know it, there is resolution there, there's peace there. You do start to feel the healing of it. If you're looking for the satisfaction of what a pill temporarily gives you, you're not going to get that kind of sensation from this. But if you stop and check your body, mentally check with yourself, you will find where it is impacting you. And that to me is, why we think what we need to get fixed, the acupuncture is saying, no, I'm going to tell you what we're going to fix first, and this is just my view, and then we're going to work towards what you believe needs to be corrected. So
That's
that's just my minimal
that's
view.
that is so amazing the way how you put it, because that's exactly what's going on. Because a lot of time, patient will come in with one thing, but because that one thing is something that is so chronic, and it's like peeling the onion. I always use that metaphor as peeling the onion. We have to peel the outer layer to get to the bottom of it. So yeah, but the way you put it is so beautiful. I
Oh,
really appreciate, Kim. Thank you so much. And
oh,
yeah,
thank you.
I hope that this message can get out to everyone out there, because I can give acupuncture or Chinese medicine a try. And if you're looking for someone, I do have a practice in Lakewood, but not just someone, just give it a try so that your body can be supported, especially right now when it's so stressful out there with the uncertainty. Would you agree that right now,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I
right?
just, even coming into what we've been going through with the pandemic, knowing that I was with you, and I just felt just security there, just knowing that there's somebody like you out there on my side.
Oh, thank you so much. So hopefully that for people, whoever that gets this message and can start making the decision to support your health right now, and again, get to take charge of your health right now and not just put a patch on it. And then that is my philosophy of practiced medicine. All right, thank you, Kim. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Dr.
I
Wellness.
really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I appreciate you too. Thank you.
Thank you.